Everyone, welcome to this video. Today we will talk about why playing only the pieces you love is actually one of the worst things you can do as a pianist, and how playing the pieces you want to avoid and the pieces you might even hate is actually the fastest way to improve. Today's video is sponsored by Tomplay. Tomplay has a huge 80,000 plus sheet music library. You can check it out in the link below. For all instruments they have sheet music, and also you can play along with certain recordings, for example from Deutsche Grammophon artists. I found some recordings by Daniel Trifonov, for example. Within the app there's also the visual guide here, which shows you which keys you need to be pressing at which time, and it's fully synchronized to the recording. The great thing is you can also change the tempo here. For example, you can change the BPM to a wide range, and you can also record yourself and then play it back with the recording. Of course, the score also has the option to go without or with annotations. All of the scores can be easily printed, so you can print out your score. Tomplay also has a feature called audio tracks and accompaniments. For example, in their new product Tom Scales, where you can learn to play scales, they have different options for backing tracks. For example, you can learn and play scales with a bossa nova accompaniment, or for example a pop or jazz accompaniment. And of course also here you can fine tune and control the tempo and see in the visual guide exactly which keys you need to press at which time. They have so much selection, and you can browse by difficulty, by length, by style, even by key signature, which I guess would have helped me a long time ago if I was planning my repertoire. They also have fun things like the Tomplay challenge. I really recommend you check it out, and the link to sign up is in the description. So for most people, playing the piano is all about having fun, right? But playing only the pieces you enjoy doing, or the pieces you love doing, may actually be one of the worst things you can do as a pianist. There are many reasons for this, which we will take a look at today. But essentially, doing pieces you might dislike or even hate can be one of the fastest ways to advance. So first, let's cover the topic, why do we play pieces that we love? I think this one's obvious, right? We love to have fun. We like to have fun playing the piano. We want to play pieces that we've heard, or we want to play pieces that we have a good connection to. This is great, and I think every pianist needs to have this kind of motivation for a piece, that they really want to work together with a certain piece of music and just enjoy that musicianship, enjoy creating and being creative. Now, the scientific reason why we do this is of course just dopamine based. We get good feelings, we have dopamine receptors, and this kind of behavior is reinforced by doing something that we like. So the reason to choose a piece that you like is obvious, right? I mean, we all know it. And let me be clear, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. The problem really becomes if you only do this kind of thing. I recommend Anders Ericsson's deliberate practice research, in which he also finds out that the out of comfort zone, so in comfort and out of comfort zone, are the ones that we need when practicing or when learning, and the out of comfort zone is the area where you can learn the most at. Now here's the thing about music you might dislike or music you might even hate. Think about, why do I not like this piece? What is it about this piece that just makes me like, I don't want to learn this? First, most obvious one, it's kind of just a subjective thing, I don't like it. Now this, I think, is just 99%, right? It's like, oh, I don't like how that sounds. Okay, that happens to me also, right? Think now one step further. Think, why do I not like the sound of it? What is it about this piece that is just not connecting with me? The reason for uncomfort is that there is something that you don't connect to, right? There is something there that you don't like, something there you might not get immediately. So when you listen to a piece and it doesn't match immediately, maybe that's because the structure or the way the melody is made, or the way that, you know, the technique and everything is arranged together doesn't speak to you immediately. The real artistry here, in my opinion, is to take a piece like this that doesn't speak to you and to somehow make it yours. I think that is an incredibly difficult thing to do. To take a piece that you're not connected to in any way, maybe, yes, and you take this piece and you try to make it yours, and you try to make as good of a rendition as you would with a piece that you love. I have found this to be incredibly difficult because you have to find creative ways of connecting with a piece. But the really challenging part, and this is kind of the whole message of this video, is if you can take a piece that you don't like or that you don't connect to and make a same kind of excitement and same kind of amazing type of rendition as you would with any other repertoire that you have, and nobody notices the difference, then I think you're a great pianist. Taking only the pieces you love is easy. That's like the easy choice, right? You immediately have a connection to this piece, you choose it, and then you make it yours. But how about a piece that you have no connection to? Isn't that in the end the bigger challenge? Let's talk about quickly, just very basically, why avoiding certain pieces is bad. So first of all, you might not cover enough time periods, just generally speaking, I know people who just avoid Bach altogether. I think that's terrible. The other thing is you avoid certain concepts that come with certain compositions. You also avoid certain technical elements that you might find difficult or that might intimidate you. For example, if you're not good with octaves and you see a piece that has many octaves in it, and then you actually maybe like the piece, but you think, no, I'm going to avoid this piece, it has too many difficult octaves in it, then the problem is here you're avoiding a technical weakness of you. You're only doing the strengths, right? By avoiding the pieces that show you that weakness, you are not going to grow as a pianist and musician, in my opinion. The big question is, how do we get to play a piece that we secretly hate or dislike? And my answer to that is slowly and with a lot of time. You take it and you slowly digest it. Don't run through it, and just in one day you're finished. Slowly take it in, bit by bit. Try to understand what is the musical intention here. For example, dynamics, what do they express? Try to take it all in and then slowly work your way through that piece. It's the most amount of work you will ever have to do to fully understand and take in a piece. But like I said, it's one of the most rewarding ones, because if you can make a piece that you do not like, one of your repertoire pieces, then you can make any piece your repertoire piece. You can make it like a part of you. As I said, very easy to do it with the pieces you love, very difficult to do with the pieces you hate. I recommend also for the pieces you may dislike to check out very varied recordings, because recordings are just part of musical research, right? They're not the number one priority, but if there's a piece you really don't like, and maybe a certain pianist can open doors for you by having a certain type of interpretation. I know for me this happened once. I did not see any other way, and then I heard different interpretations which opened new doors. Make a rendition that is as good and as convincing and filled with exactly the same quality as a piece you already love doing. If you can do that, then let me shake your hands, because this means you're a real professional. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep practicing. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.